I think one of the toughest people to work with is someone who's passive aggressive. And unfortunately, if you're married to one, you are probably feeling frustrated and upset a lot of the time. Today, I'm going to talk about passive aggressiveness because I think it's important that couples understand why they behave the way they do, and then maybe they can make changes toward eliminating the issues so that their relationship can get better and it can feel nurtured and connected and continue to grow. So passive aggressive people are basically really nice on the outside, but inside they're fuming. They're really angry. They're not comfortable expressing the anger. So what they do is they project it on things, doing things that upset you. You become like crazy angry and you'll start reacting. You're frustrated, you feel unloved, and you're like, what is your problem? And then they'll say, why are you getting so mad? Like, I did a simple thing, like maybe leaving stuff, clutter on the floor, when they purposely know that bothers you. They know how to get under your skin, but they're doing it unconsciously. They're not thinking, wow, I'm going to try and get under her skin. Their anger seeps out because remember what I've told you from the beginning. If you don't deal with anger, it'll deal with you. So I'm going to go through a list, and I think there's about 10 or 12 things of how you know if you're married to someone or with someone who's passive aggressive. And as you go through, remember, these are things they do, but all of us do these a little bit. But when your partner does them all the time, you can be pretty sure they're passive aggressive. The first thing is denial. Like all things, they're in denial. No matter what you say, they'll defend themselves. They're obstructionists. They basically live in denial. They cannot understand why you feel the way you do because they don't see it. Secondly, forgetting. Rather than them just be direct and say, you know what, that wasn't important to me, I'm sorry, I'm just not into it, I'm not going to go, they will forget about the event they're supposed to attend. They will forget what time to show up. They will forget to pick up little things. Now remember, they're not angry at you on the outside. This is overflow. They're angry for other things. They may be angry at someone else, but they're taking it out on you. And so they're going to forget something that's important to you. Procrastinating. They purposely procrastinate or put things off, that especially when they mean a lot to you, because if you're with someone, you're going to be their significant person. You're going to be the person that gets the work of what they weren't able to express, which is their anger. Obstructing. They won't come right out and say, we are not doing this, but they'll make obstructions in any plan. This is their way of being able to have some control. But once again, if you say that to them, if you mention that, they will more than likely deny it. I'm not trying to obstruct you. What are you talking about? Why are you getting so hot and bothered about this? I know why you're getting hot and bothered about it, because it's true. They are obstructing it. Next, ambiguity. They can never make a decision. If you ask this person anything, the likely chance of them being able to say yes or no, we will or we won't, is very, very unlikely. So just know that up front. If decisions are made with one of these people and it's got to be made quickly, you're probably going to have to make it. And guess what? If they didn't like it, they're going to find a way to punish you with their actions, but they're not going to do it consciously. It's all going to be unconscious. Next, they're never angry, never get upset. They're seething inside. They just are in denial about it. They're acting it out all over. They leave their shoes wherever so you'll trip on them. It's these little things they do that drive you insane. They keep talking about their incompetency. They keep saying why they're unable or they're just inadequate for it. They play this role because it helps them from taking charge and for going forward. Like, it's a way for them to obstruct. It's insane, and they won't be able to see it. Well, they will if you keep making a list. If you talk to them and say, let's make a list of these things and you're not projecting blame, I think they can get it, because they get it in my office, but it takes a lot of work. They're late. They're usually late, especially if it's something that's important to you. You can count on it. So if you need them at an event, tell them, I need you here at 6 o'clock, even though you don't need them at 7. You might have a better chance of getting them there at 7. They're negative. They seem to have a negativity about them, and that's why they love you, because you're positive, and they feed off that energy, and they like the fact that they can be negative and it can bring you down, although not overtly. Remember, this is all undercover. They will never say that that is their main mission. They will never own up to that. And it may be true they're unaware of it, although I think sometimes they have insights into it. They're just never going to admit it. They play the victim. If you start telling them the truth, a typical role is, why are you always beating up on me? Why are you always so mean? Why are you so crabby? They will turn it to make it look like it's your mood, that it has nothing, they had no part in it. They were just standing by. They didn't know. If they didn't make a decision and something bad happened, why are you blaming me? I didn't know. It's always like that. They're a victim, and they'll make you feel sorry for them. And then if you're not smart, you'll fall into the guilt trap. Don't do that. They're dependent. Even though they'll obstruct you and they'll say things like, let me do it, they're extremely dependent on you. If you don't play along with them, if you actually set a rule, they won't know what to do with it. And I will tell you the truth, if something, God forbid, you left them, they would be broken. They would not understand it because they're not in touch with this. They're in a deep denial. And lastly, withholding. If they know something is really important to you, some bit of information, they will purposely not tell you. And the reason is it's a way for them to have control. They want control. They need it. And they feel very out of control a lot of times. And that's why they sit in the middle, so they can go either way. If you can't own your anger, there's a lot of times that you feel totally out of control. You're afraid to let it loose. You're afraid to express it. As far as what you should do as a partner, don't react. Don't react the way you've always reacted to their schemes. Instead, be smart. Be assertive. Tell them what you want directly. Don't play their game. Don't be passive, and don't nag them. Make a consequence. Tell them up front, next time you do this, this is what I'm going to do. And then you've got to do it. The stronger your boundaries, the more the consequences, no matter what they call you, follow through, and eventually they will get it. You are not a person to play games. Can you change this? Yes, you can. Is it up to you? No. You can be the best teacher in the world, but it isn't up to you. If they change, it's because they decided that life with you was more important than being the way they were, and they make small changes. When they do make small changes, be sure to notice them and tell them, I really appreciate that. But don't overly praise them, because the next time they're obstructing, they will use it. Have a fantastic day.